Hi everybody, it's Julie, and today we're going to make a couple of little booklets for this list journal. And also I did go ahead and I printed off day 1 with day 3 from Cara's kit on the back to be able to use in this journal. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to use the fancy fold technique that we use. And so for this one, I'm going to use the second one as the template. And I want to make sure that I am within the 8.5 size. I could go ahead and measure it, but you know, you can got an 8.5 by paper, you might as well go ahead and use that. So then I'm going to go ahead and just come across, and that gives me another paper to add into the journal. Okay, so I have that one, and then the other one that I'm going to use. So this gives me a template for this direction, okay? Because I want to stay within where I'm supposed to be, meaning I don't want the creep. So I'm trying to keep paper from creeping out the edge. So here we'll go ahead and we end up with both butterflies on this side. And then we can come over here and pull this one in. So we'll have a flip out on this side. Okay, so that will give me that and that. And then this one gives me another set of pockets. I'm going to go ahead and glue the pockets. Waiting for the big bubble. We'll just use the fabric tack because I know it'll come out. Okay, so that gives me that. Okay, so then these can go ahead and go back into the journal, but I do also want to go ahead and I'm going to add a flip-flop inside here. Okay, so I have this journal here that we're just using the paper out of. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and take 2 of those. I'm going to fold them in half. Okay, and then I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to grab that in and fold it again. Okay, now what that does is it gives me this little gap or this little gutter here. We're going to go ahead, add glue to that gutter. And then we're going to add it into the journal. This one I'm going to make a true flip-flop. So I'm going to actually attach this into the flip-flop flap. So there's the flap. We're going to put this up into the crease, fold it over, bring it back, check it, make sure that it's in there. It is. And remember, we did a double on this one, so we need to also add glue to this one. Okay, so this is adding some extra list pages into your list journal. This is especially effective if you have a special project, or you know, you're a volunteer for something and you need to keep track of something, you know, more specific. There you go. Okay, so you have all those pages, and they are just right inside there, inside the flip-flop flap. Okay, so these pages can be added into our journal, and And then if you want to, you can cut off the white edge. And what I thought I would do is I would pull this and put it and I'll be able to cover, okay? So remember these pieces that are going to have places to put things? I thought that they would be better there, and then we don't lose that that graph paper. Okay, so I have that one. This one's a little smaller, so I'm going to pull this one in a little, yeah, I think we'll put it here. Ooh, so you'll see that through there. I like that. And okay. And again, since this is a list journal, I will keep some extra things in it, but it's I mean, look, it's awesome. I love these. They're my very favorite. Okay, so now we are going to go ahead and we're going to make a couple of little booklets. I do have the ephemera from the kits all cut out, plus I went and I found some other ephemera. Now I have an interesting thing here, and you may have noticed that our little, this is upside down on the page, okay? It ends up, it works out for what I'm going to do here. So I'm going to make an insert for my small booklet. Okay, so I'm just cutting around the library card and the stationer card. Okay, like we did those little pockets that I just showed you. We went around two of the parts from the Dearjuliejulie page. Okay, so isn't that cute with the little chicks? Okay, so that, we have that. Now we're going to go ahead and flip this over and give it a fold. Okay, and then we're going to come over here and we're going to fold up this, and it's going to give us a little pocket. And the words are in the right spot. Okay, the words are in the right spot. And the thing about, for me, for a list journal, is sometimes there's things that I want to write or remember, and I don't want them to take up a whole space or a whole page. So like the whole page, and I'm just writing down that, you know, it's like the idea that I had for the April Junk Journal Challenge. I came up with the name of that last year. I just was trying to figure out how to fit it in, and I knew that it couldn't happen until either April or August, because, you know, I like to have things start with the letter, and it starts with the letter A. And so, but that little name, you know, it's like having it and writing it on a little piece of paper to put in my journal. I like to have places that, you know, just have little things to write on. Oh, by the way, this is one of Cara's tickets, and I took my punch, my crocodile, and I punched the big one and the little one to make it look like it had been punched. Okay, so I can just put a couple of little things into, there was some glue in there, into a pocket that I can come back and write on. Okay, now for this, I'm gonna wait, but I think it's gonna end up getting pulled in smaller. So anyway, so that is off of one of the days from the Dearjuliejulie part of the kit. Remember, this was upside down on the page, but it works to be able to make this little page. Okay, so now we're going to take Cara's daffodils, and we are going to leave the white spot, the white area there, the white margin, and we're going to cut all 3 of these. We're going to cut the left, and we're going to cut them just like that, okay? Okay, so I showed you how I use these, and I made an accordion flip thing. I'm going to save that for the on the day that we had the, I think it was day 5. So I have these things to do. Then I had a little desktop calendar, and I've cut some of the pages. I think I want the bigger one. Yeah. So we have this, and we'll put that in our pile. Then we have these. Okay, and I think I'm going to cut this, and I think I'm going to use this on the cover, the butterflies. Okay. And now this one, I need the white, I need a white border. So we're going to cut these like this. I'm going to flip this one over. It's got kind of a, okay. I'm going to flip this one over, and that one will be like that. And over here, I have all my cutoffs. So I have this piece, and this was left over. Okay, don't lose that. And then I have this. This is part of the welcome gift for the Patreons. When you join Patreon, you get a one-page digital, and that's part of it. So I just pulled that out to use it because I think it's the right size, and it was right here on the desk. Okay, so let's go ahead, and I think the daffodils are the ones that are going to kind of give us the idea of where we need to be here. Okay. And I'm going to go ahead, and since they're all even on this side, I'm going to cut the 2 longer one, or 2 that have the bigger piece. Okay. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead, and I'm building a little notebook. Okay. So I'm going to want a little bit of a lip there. I think we'll come down and just mark that. And this is cut off from building the pages. Okay, so we have that. And then we're going to come over here, and we're going to come a little bit further, and we're going to fold this over. Okay, so that's going to give us like a matchbook closure on this little note paper. Okay, so now I have the daffodils. I have this, and this is going to go in the opposite direction. Okay, so we'll go ahead and put that in the pile, and then we'll cut a little bit off this one. I think this will be the cover, the front page when you open it. We have this things to do that can go in here. This ended up, we're going to cut this down to make sure it fits in there. And then this is going to go in this direction. and we're going to need to flip this, and I'm going to flip it this way because I want to see the whole picture, I think. Or if, you know what though, if I flip it this way, you get the cute little chicks. Okay, does it fit? It does fit. Okay. Okay, so we're going to flip that. Okay, so all these pages are going to go in here, and then from this calendar, I have these pages are the right size, and then these I'm going to go ahead and have them be little flips. Okay, so this one will go in this direction, and then this one, let's turn it the other way. Okay. That one will go like that. Okay, now make sure I'm going to have to cut a little bit off here because I don't want it to end up in the margin. I hope you're able to follow along with this. Okay, again, cutting some off there. Okay, so those are the pages that I have for my little flippy dippy here. Okay. And then I have this, and I have this. These are note papers that I had. And you know what? Let's go ahead and flip one sideways. Okay? So these can go in as that size, right? Just like that. Okay, I'm going to put that one over that. And so now I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to put my little notebook together. I'm going to want a daffodil. And then maybe another note. Okay, so these straight ones, I can go ahead and put them in places in here in between the other things. Okay, so I do have some that are on the fold, and then these other ones I could just take and put in just like that. Okay, and then this, I think we'll put this in the center-ish. I don't know if we really have a center. Okay, but I do want to make sure the fold is on the out. I'm going to go ahead and take that out. Okay, so I'm just putting a bunch of pages together. Ooh, I kind of like that on the front. Maybe with this in the background of it. Okay. And put this maybe on the back side. What do you think? We're getting quite a full little doohickey here. Okay. Now this can come over, and these are going to go inside there. And then you could either stitch across here. That's actually pretty full for some stitching. I'm going to go ahead and I am going to staple. Okay. Okay, so what that's going to give me is this little whole bunch of notes. Okay. Oh, there it is. I was like, uh-oh, did I? And then we can put this in this little pocket here. Okay, so that gives us this little setup of notes. Now we are going to want to go ahead and at least get it so that it has a fold start, and then they can go ahead and fold these pages as they want to. Okay, and then inside here, oh, that's a little too big, but it can go this way. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and put that down. This is made out of cardstock, so this is from one of the first days when I used copy paper pieces in the other part of the journal. Because remember, I'm using up what I had left from making the 7 days of spring. I made 3 journals with the items that I made during the 3 days of spring. Okay, so there's that. And we'll just put one of these in there. Okay, so there's that. There's that. And unfortunately, this is out of just regular copy paper. So I'm going to want to put that onto something that's a little stronger. I'm looking in my box here. Okay, I'm thinking that would be just fine to put that on a ticket, but I don't like that ticket. I'll steal one of these tickets. Okay, so let's go ahead and we'll put the glue down. There's that. And then we'll put this over the top of it to help decorate it. Okay, so that gives us this little note goodie that can go into one of the larger pockets in the journal, okay, that we are making. Okay, so we'll set that aside. If you're here at the premiere, I'm waving hi and say hello to Midnight in a basket. Hi, Midnight. I'm so glad you joined us today. If this is your first Dearjuliejulie premiere, just know that we do this every day at 10:30 Pacific Standard Time. We use the premiere format so we can have a live chat. And we are chatting at 10:30, and you can join us by hitting that live chat button. Come on over, say hello, introduce yourself, and we'd love to get to know you. We are also in our Scrap All About It with Dearjuliejulie Facebook group, and there is a free digital kit there waiting for you in the files section while we're home, safer at home. The kits used in this video and making this journal are in the description box down below. Let's get back to our program. And then I have an envelope here somewhere. Okay, so we have this envelope. This was from I think this is from day 1. And so for this one, I have this is the other half of that from that calendar page. Whoa. Go ahead and measure it. So these can go in here, and actually I think we can just put these in here, and I think we'll just go ahead and add some glue right in there. We'll just do it like this. So it'll have a big page, a little page, a big page, a little page. Okay. So you've got a list here. You got a little page, got the big list, and a little page. And that can go into this little pocket, and then that can just go into a pocket in the journal. I don't think we need to give it a closure because it's going to go into a pocket. Okay, and then I have one other envelope. This was one that I made a long time ago, and so I'm thinking that this can go into the journal also. And I want to, oh, this is what I had. So I have the cutoffs from cutting out the lined papers here, and I thought we could go ahead and make a little okay. And now this ends up being good for if you need to write down somebody's phone number or something, or give them your phone number. It's one of the things that I like to do with this. I'm just going to go ahead, and it doesn't need to be pretty. It just needs to be efficient, and it's going to live in this little pocket. Okay, and then you might want to, since we have them, we can go ahead and add one of the words from Cara's part of the kit. Okay. So that gives us that one that will be able to go in. And let's see. Well, then we have these pieces. I mean, you don't, I just don't like, if I can get away with not wasting any of it, then you know, I'm gonna try. Let's see. So from the things that we have, ooh, look at, we've got this. Okay, so this is from Cara's. This is from a notepad that I have. These are little just pieces that were the cutoffs. Again, great little just note papers. Okay, now from up here we have this, and you'll see I'm not giving it a whole lot of extra decoration and stuff like that because it's a list journal. This is different than making one of the other journals that I make. Okay, so now what happens with this, again, it's note papers. You can go ahead and pull these out when you need them. This can go in a pocket. This can actually lay over the top of a pocket. It can lay over the top of a page. Several things that you can do with that one. So next what I want to do is I'm going to make the patch for my cover. And so I thought I would use either this. We happen to have this this piece from that we just, yep, there we go. Okay, this is sewing paper, sewing pattern paper. Okay, and so what I'm going to do is I'm going to come up with my idea. Okay, so I'm going to use the sewing pattern paper and I'm going to add this on top. I'm going to be using my sewing machine to sew this all together, and I'm just going to make a patch for the cover of the journal. And okay, and then I'll be sewing this all together. I'm going to use the words, the garden is the mirror of the soul. Okay, and I like that. These are, again, more cut apart pieces from, I think that might be, oh, I kind of like, okay, so remember my cover is plain, okay. But whatever I put on the front of a list journal, I want it to be, I want it to be flat, okay? Because it's probably going to go in and out of my purse and things like that. So I will sew this around here, and I will sew it around here onto my cover before I put the two pieces together. So I'm going to look at this. So I'm going to sew around here. I'll probably sew across, maybe even around this garden is the mirror of the soul. Didn't I save a yellow? Yeah, no. Okay. And I'll sew it around there. Ooh, there's a blue butterfly. He's not up there with the butterflies. Okay, I do have this, which kind of gives us a better picture of what's inside with that peach. And maybe the blue. Okay. I like numbers. I think I'm going to go ahead and add that on there. And I'm just going to use the gobbledygook because I am going to be sewing. So I don't want there to be a lot of glue. Don't want to have to sew through any glue, but okay, so there's this one, but that also is a really pretty, see, those are really pretty tags. it's okay to, oh, kind of like that. I think I'm going to go with that because I like these for tags right in there. Okay. So this is going to be my cover. So we'll go ahead and, again, I call this a cover patch. And there we go. So that is my cover patch. Okay, so cover patch. And I'll be sewing that onto the cover before I put the inside in it. Okay, so that's the next thing I'm going to do is add my cover patch. Okay, we'll go ahead and add a paper clip just so we don't lose it. So there's our cover patch. And so we have our little scraps piece. We have this scrap piece. We have this. All of these are going to be inside the journal and give us places to write, and I told you other things that you can use use those for. Okay, so these, we still have some items. We'll come back, we'll make those items, and the Patreons are going to get to see me bind this because I I don't like to bind on camera because things tend to go wrong. And so if you are a Patreon over there, watch for that. That's one of your exclusive videos. And so there we go. We made little scrappy notebooks and a scrappy patch cover for our list journal. Again, these are the videos of me using up the items that I had left from the 7 Days of Spring 2021. That was our collaboration with Cara Brandon and Dearjuliejulie, where we took 7 pages of Cara's kit, 7 pages of Julie's kit, and first we made something for each day of the 7 days. And then on the 8th day we showed you what we made. And now I had printed off 2 of each kit, and I'm using up what's left, and I'm making a list journal. So I hope you're enjoying this, and we will be back tomorrow, and we will be embellishing this. And yes, I did not forget the yayas. They will be back the day after that. So I'm going to go ahead. I'm putting the playlist up here for the 7 Days of Spring 2021. This will be the playlist of all of my videos from that. And in the description box, there are the playlists for each day with all of those that have used the hashtag, and I've been able to find their videos and add them to the playlist. Find something to celebrate every day. Don't forget to go watch one of those videos. Have an amazing day, and I'll see you tomorrow. Bye. Bye-bye.